Hello everybody, I'm joined this afternoon by none other than FJUKA Bait, guru, inventor, maestro. But you've been called worse than them three, haven't you, in your time?
Usually, most often.
David Preston. And I want him to talk us through the new products we've got coming out this week, because we've got three products that I genuinely believe to be the most revolutionary feeder hook baits, I'm going to say, well that's at least how I'll use them, that I've certainly ever seen. Let's start, David, with the carpos, because these, when I first saw them, I don't mind admitting, I didn't quite get it. I didn't quite get what you were trying to achieve, and I didn't understand what a drilled boilie pellet was, to be honest with you.
Well, drilled pellets exist, but they're always drab colours.
Yeah.
So I thought we need something that is nice and fluorescent. And the thing about drilled pellets, which is what a carpo is that they're very easy to use. Yeah. And I want to make it easy to go fishing, the easiest possible for people. The most choice, they can do what they want. They can band things. They can put bayonets in things. They can use quick stops, or you can direct hook them. That's what I want to do for everything. Now, these are not so good at direct hooking, but the other ones are. These are hard Fjukas.
Yeah.
So where you need something where you can cast out and know it's still on the hook, no matter how many millions of little fish are trying to eat it, it's still going to be there, ready for that bigger fish coming along and picking it up, so you'll get that run you're waiting for. So it's just a bait of security. Right.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because Sensate attractant. Now, it's good and it's bad, this, because I've noticed, as you know, I've caught fish from roach on rivers and canals to carp on commercials. Basically, every species of fish does love Sensate, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I suppose the only real way of picking out the bigger fish is being selective in that way, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Bigger baits that are resistant to little fish. Yeah.
So the drilled, obviously, you can hair rig them through that hole, pre-drilled hole there. You can quick stop them through there as well.
Yeah, you can bayonet them in the side.
Yeah, Tommy does that, doesn't he? Spikes them through the side. Yeah. Three sizes in these. We've obviously got the biggest one's 14 mil.
14 mil, proper boilie size, that.
Yeah, 7 mil. Now these, obviously the brown ones, as a match angler straight away, I'm looking, thinking just
I think they're smaller than any other drilled pellet.
Right, okay.
I'd have to check that, but I'm pretty sure they're smaller than anyone else's, and they're fluorescent. So all the advantages of bright colours.
Yeah, and in the middle there we've got the 11 mils as well in them, haven't we? So 4 7s and 11s. Wafters and pop-ups are products that people are perhaps more familiar with. I mean, you walk into our local tackle shop, as I did earlier this year, and there's loads of different wafters, loads of different pop-ups. You don't do Me Too products, you've always said that to me.
No. I mean, the poor old shop owner as well has got to stock all these different brands, different flavours, different colours, different sizes, different shapes. And then the poor angler has got to go in and buy 5 pots. If there's 5 colours, these are wafters. They're one size. There's 5 colours in there. If I'd have put those in 1 colour per pot, that's 5 pots at £5 each if they wanted them. And then you got a different size. I've tried to make it easier for everyone to go fishing, really, and economics is part of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this climate now when we've got energy bills and fuel. And I filled the FJUKA van up this morning, 110 quid. I thought I'd stop there now in the middle of the film for you, so you can't tell me off after. Yeah, everything's going up, isn't it? And that sort of thing will make a big difference.
So I've made these different. I can't do Me Too products. It's just they're not hard like normal ones. These have got a texture. You've got to actually get them in your hands and play with them to realise they're soft but resilient. You can stick a hook directly in them, like you hook them like a maggot if you like.
Yeah.
Or you can do all the other things. You can just push a quick stop in with your finger. You don't even have to have an implement to do it. They're just really easy to use.
Yeah, I mean that's gone on there, absolutely no problem at all. It's what I like about them in terms of versatility as well is how you can use them straight from the pot like we've done there, hook them. They're actually even softer if you leave the lids on as well. These have hardened off slightly now, but in testing, what I particularly like is take a few out of the pot, put them on the side tray. 10 minutes later, they've got a little bit of a hard crust on them, and you can actually band them.
Yeah, easy to do that then, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously, as a match angler, sometimes I'm fishing with a banded hook length, sometimes I'm fishing with a quick stop. You can actually make these work on either.
Yeah.
So in these, you've done more sizes though, David. We've gone right from a tiny 4mm size in the wafters and the pop-ups, up to an 11mm in the biggest size.
Yeah, so see if we can find some big ones. There's
Some 11mm pop-ups here.
got those 4 pop-ups. That's right, yeah. And so we're into the carp range now, really, aren't we? So you can do all the things you do with carp fishing. You're making snowmen, pop-up rigs, and all the rest of it. But again, they're just easier to use. And if I squash that, you'll see it's quite spongy. But they're made using food ingredients, so you know they're tasty to the fish. So the fish want them.
What I
Sensate.
Yeah, what I found interesting as well with them is how the first time you think you showed them me, you basically got hold of one like that, broke it in half like that, and hooked that bit.
Yeah, because I got a smaller hook, so I wanted a smaller piece, and I hadn't got the small ones at the time, so I just broke bits off and used them on a small hook.
And I suppose with that in mind, you can literally create the ultimate critically balanced rig, because you can use a pop-up to counterbalance the weight of the hook.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting. Now, obviously, all these are available in the one flavour, the Sensate. We touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
4 sizes in the pop-ups, 4 sizes in the wafters, and 3 sizes in the carpos. They're out this week, $4.99 a tub. I think of all the products that we've launched at Fjuka since I've been here, I'm definitely the most excited about these. Not least because in testing on the carpos, I've actually caught some carp and won quite a bit of money already. So
You nearly won £10,000, didn't you?
I nearly won 10,000.
You were beaten in the last 5 minutes, I think, by Nick Speed,
I was.
who just hooked something big right on the edge, right at the end.
That wasn't quite how it happened. It was somebody else who beat me.
Cost you £4,000.
It did. Somebody else beat me. It was Joe Jagger who hooked one light late and cost me. But Nick Speed actually ended up winning because of that.
Yeah.
And
But you won the section the day before.
On the match lake, I won the section fishing these in a little method feeder. And I've actually used them since as well. And funnily enough, to complete the story, I qualified on a prototype wafter at Boddington's as well. Got one carp on a rock hard day. So I know these work. I've been catching a lot of fish on them. And $4.99 a pot. They're available on Amazon. They're available on Fjuka.store, or they're available from your local Fjuka stockists.
Yeah.